All right, April 2023 self-improvement update. Topic one, as far as fitness, my dream 10 out of 10 physique, I think that's going pretty well. I've been staying pretty consistent since I got back from my trip to California, um, which I mentioned in the previous video for my Lola's funeral. But since then, I've been pretty consistent in the gym, and I don't really have any mistakes to report as far as like things that I could have done better. I mean, besides being inconsistent when I was in California, which I also mentioned in the previous video. But yeah, I've been catching mistakes in my form and making those corrections where necessary. So I think I'm on a pretty good track. And I've also been going with my gym buddy, and he's actually changing his work schedule, not related to like fitness stuff, but the changes that are going to be happening will actually be beneficial for us going more consistently to the gym together. So that'll be good, just to have someone there to motivate each other. So I'm looking forward to that. Although, yeah, things are gonna get pretty busy in the coming month or two, just because a lot of vacations and trips planned. But I think in the in between times we'll be pretty consistent. But anyway, that's not about last month. So anyway, moving on to topic two, music-wise. So I've already got someone lined up to do album artwork, and I'm in the process of getting all the tracks mixed. So right now I've got one track that's mixed, another one that's in the process. We're getting pretty close. The sound engineer actually just sent me the updated mix, so I gotta just listen to that a little bit more and give my feedback, and then we'll get that ball rolling to move on to the next track. So yeah, things are looking pretty good there. Mistake-wise, I would say that there are like a couple mistakes that I let slip through that I didn't really realize initially. I think part of that was due to my lack of a mix. So certain things weren't standing out to me. Like there's some obvious places where I get out of time. Ooh, just didn't need to spit there. There's some obvious places in some of the tracks where I get out of time, and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't notice that until like he sent me a mix, and it's more obvious. But well, that's I think because it's my first recording, especially first published recording, that's something that's inevitable. But hey, I mean, if it was good enough for Guns N' Roses to make mistakes in Paradise City and release that, then it is what it is. So I think I'm just coming to grips with that, just because I didn't recognize those mistakes when I initially was listening to everything and reviewing everything before sending them out. But oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, making good progress there on getting that released. At this point, it's just kind of not really out of my hands, but like I have a more indirect part in doing things because I'm just like sitting in the back seat. I kind of feel like George Lucas and all the Star Wars documentaries where he's not like directly in control. I mean, he kind of is. Like he's just like in the back, like make it angry. It's like that type of deal, which is what I'm doing. But it's different, like not being in direct control of the art that I create. But it's cool. Like it's nice to have another set of ears because this sound engineer, there are some things that he does where at first I was like, I don't know if I like that, but I listen to it more, then listen to the original recording, and I'm like, oh crap, what he did is way better than what I would have thought of. So it's pretty cool just getting another set of ears involved in that. So yeah, things are going pretty well there. Music wise, I've just been kind of learning. I've been learning just I'm trying to be better about learning other people's music, and I think I'm doing better with that. It's just I have to get back in the mode of like practicing things slowly and then building up speed, just because I haven't really done that for a while. I was recording and stuff, so I was just like pretty much rehearsing, so playing things at tempo just over and over and over again to get rid of mistakes. Because those were like minor mistakes really that I was making at that point. But yeah, I'm learning actual tech death, so that's pretty cool. Finally making moves there, but man, it is hard. But it's going to be very rewarding. Just even like the small improvements that I make, it feels kind of surreal that I'm actually playing Tech Death. But I'd say overall, guitar is going very well. I'm just getting back in the groove of practicing things properly to actually put speed. Um, yeah, music-wise, that's all. Oh, I'm also like trying to learn some things by ear, and that's going pretty well. Like my ear's gotten significantly better in the past year, so it's cool how like some stuff has just come more easily to me that a year ago I would have been like, oh, there's no way I can do that. But yeah, I'm doing it now, so that's pretty cool. Topic 3, I believe that is dating. So that's just like on the back burner for now. Like something clicked in me, I think start of April, I want to say, where I just kind of was able to just shift my focus over to music, pointing that direction because my guitars are on a stand. Both my guitars are on a stand right here. But yeah, I've been able to shift my focus over to music. I don't know what it is exactly. Well, I have an idea of what it is. So I've been thinking a lot about, this is like ever since reading Hard Times Create Strong Men by Stefan Aarnio. Anyway, something I've just been reflecting on is like the state of the West and like how much work it is really to like be in like the upper echelon of men, as far as like having better dating prospects, let's say. I think part of that is like I've been watching Gerbert Johnson recently. He makes some pretty good videos about, well, I think they're good videos because it's happened multiple times where there's something that like I'm thinking about, like just some general topic I'm thinking about, and he posted a video about that like within like a day of me just like really thinking about it. He'll post a video about that same thing, which is like weird. I mean, I don't think that's like some, it probably is like coincidental, I should say, just because I assume that we're like seeing a lot of similar things just because we're in like a similar YouTube space, and we're also about the same age. I think he's younger than me, but with the content that's out there right now, I think that we're kind of seeing things like in a similar path, and I'm sure he's read a lot of the books that I have, so that's probably part of it. But I've just been thinking about that, and right now I think before I could see that me mastering guitar was like, oh, that is going to be the path forward. Like I was like logically I understood that, but now I like feel it. So like I truly understand it. I guess like before I logically understood it, like it was just like a statement that I could make, but now I like understand that is the path forward. So pardon me. I think that is the difference, that I like truly understand it to a much deeper level than I did before. So that's been cool. That's why that's on the back burner. Yeah, that's that. Self-improvement wise, I think I'm doing pretty well all around. Like NoFap wise, honestly, I've kind of fallen off. Hasn't been like a major priority for me, just like kind days and stuff like that. So, but it is what it is. Like I'm getting back on track here. Probably the main thing I noticed that I haven't really been reading as much since I read Hard Times Create Strong Men. It seems to me like I've reached a point of diminishing returns with reading, where it's like I can get like a solid idea from a book at this point, but a lot of the books in like the self-improvement slash like, I guess they could all be categorized like self-improvement. That genre of books, I'm kind of seeing all the connections between everything now, so I just understand a lot of things. I don't get much out of each new book that I read. Hard Times Create Strong Men, though, that one I got quite a bit out of, because there was a lot of things that I understood at a surface level, but then like I have a deeper understanding of it, particularly as far as like the trajectory of the West. That might have just been me thinking about it more though, afterwards the book, but I don't know. That's what I've been thinking about that, or just as far as why I've not been reading as many books is just because I'm seeing diminishing returns. Like I need to go out and live life, you know. I can't just like read all the time and just not live. Like that's not. It's pointless to read books if that's what I want to do. So that's why I haven't been reading as much. There are some books I want to read about like music history and stuff though. I've also been, I guess this is going back to music, as far as why I've been thinking about music more is I've been listening to a lot of artists, musicians, talk about like their philosophy of music. I just think it's interesting because it's something that I've been starting to think about more, just as far as like the art form and like my relationship to the art that I create and how other artists view that relationship themselves. Specifically, it's not Gear Gods anymore. Trey Xavier is the channel. He is a like metal channel, but he has some interviews with metal guitarists or just metal songwriters in general. I think they've all been guitarists so far, but anyway, he's had some pretty good ones on there where they talk about their philosophy of music, and that's been very eye-opening, and it's actually given me some ideas as far as just recording things in the future as well. So yeah, that's been pretty good. Self-improvement wise, anything else? I don't think I really have anything. But yeah, I mean, life's going pretty well right now. I'm really excited to get this music out because I just want to get it out so I can like officially move on to other things, which I'm like already in the process of doing that, and it does feel weird letting that go. It's like I'm closing a chapter because like besides that goal, there's some other stuff like in personal life that's like not for YouTube necessarily. That's I'm also like closing in on those goals, and that feels good to like finish a chapter. It's weird, like it's like chapter 1 of self-improvement is almost complete, and I'm just like going back, dotting the T's, crossing the I's. So yeah, things are going pretty well, and I'm pretty happy with everything. So yeah. Oh, the one mistake that I will include for this, but at least I think is like a more major mistake, is I keep forgetting to record these damn videos. Like it's always like 10 days into the month when I remember. So that's my bad. As evidenced by this one being late again. Especially because like I have the notes ready and stuff. Like and I've done like all the thinking about or reflecting about the prior month. I usually do that at the end of the month instead of like the start of the next month, which that's probably why I forget. But anyway, I need to come up with a better system for this. But yeah, overall, life's going pretty well. So yeah, that wraps this up. As always, I'm Greg Angel, and thank you for watching.